should be fun. Either way, appreciate you guys all being here. So first and foremost, Season 4 overview. For those that are not aware, the season is totally different. There's a lot more weight to it. There's a ton of things going on in this season that has not happened before. The biggest one being that we now have a relegation system in place. For those that are not aware, last season we had 2 teams from each region that were auto-qualifying into this season. It's the first time that we ever done it. There was technically 3 for EU, but Maka didn't keep 66.6% of their roster, so they fell apart and lost their spot. It is going to be Rogue and Energy, and then it is Flipside, because they somehow miraculously came back out of that after the Resident game, and Envious. Right, yes, Envious, because Envious won the World Championship. So, the way that this works is this season, we are only looking for 6 teams for the top 8, because we already have 2, okay? The way that it is going to work is there is 4 open qualifiers now being ran by some community organizations that are going to filter in. A lot of the problems that people have is that they hate that you have to show up on just one day, and if you don't perform that day, you're out no matter what. What we're doing instead is there's 4 open qualifiers. You can sign up for 2 if you do not make the first one. And the only thing you are trying to do is hit top 32 in that qualifier. Out of all the teams that sign up in that qualifier, you only want to be in the top 32. What ends up happening is after all those 4 qualifiers come in, so say your team comes in, your team name is team name, and team name plays in qualifier 1, and they're like, you know what, we didn't make it, we only hit top 64, we lost in our bracket. They now can sign up for quarter 2 or quarter 3, maybe they want to take that second qualifier off and practice before they come into the next qualifier. They can do whatever they want in that situation, but they will then play in that next qualifier, and they're still trying to advance to the top 32. We'll do that for 4 qualifiers. After we get our top 32 qualifiers for 4 qualifiers, we now have 128 teams that are going to be playing in a double elimination bracket, and you can see that on my left. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. So finding top 32 for 4 of them, all the top 32 teams in each qualifier are then going to mesh together and playing in a 128 team double elimination bracket, which is very similar to what we've done in every other season. Okay, we're just filtering it and giving people a second opportunity to get into that. After we get into that double elimination, the top technically 6 teams are going to go into the RLCS, because we already have seeds 1 and 2 for NA, Rogue, and NRG. For EU, Flipside, and Envious, now Envious, was Northern Gaming. When they won the World Championship, they got an auto bid. Okay, so after we find out who those people are, the 6 below them, so the top 6 from the double elimination 128 team bracket, those top 6 are going to go into the RLCS and play 5 weeks of league play like we always do, and then we are going to have teams 9 through 16 play in the rival series, the RLRS. Also going to coincide at the same time. Games are supposed to air possibly on Friday. I think that's what's been tweeted out and what's been told. None of this stuff is in full detail. If you guys do have any questions or any stuff on that, exclamation point RLCS in chat should bring you to the website. It's all been reformatted and goes over all the situation. It even has dates for all the stuff. There's no mid-season mayhem this season. Like, there's a bunch of stuff on there. I highly recommend going check out that post. I also did a YouTube video on it that goes over it in detail as well. But yes, Friday should be for the RLRS, and then Saturday, Sunday is going to be NAEU, just like it always has been. But there's going to be 5 weeks of league play for both of them. Excuse me. Do you think the best could have done qualifier league play? No, but I think it's necessary. I do think that there is better ways to do the open qualifier situation. I just feel it still comes down to one day. You know, you have the nice thing is you're having people getting a second opportunity. If they don't get to the top 32, they break out and then they get to try another top 32 chance. They can only do 2, but the thing I like is they get a second chance. The thing I don't like is the double elimination still comes down to one day, and most top tier teams don't have problems up until the round of 32. That's never been the issue. So I think there's going to be some tweaking that we still have to do, but it's a step in the right direction. I do like it. I do. Ideally, I would like to see a point system where before we even get into the rosters, and I'll talk about this, any team that is trying to play in the RLCS this season, before the RLCS qualifiers start, absolutely needs to play in as many community tournaments as possible, because seeding is like super critical. You guys need to play in community tournaments as teams to make sure that you have a good seed, because we base our seeding based upon how you guys perform during the off season. And that gives you a huge advantage. So make sure if you are one of these teams, you are grinding in the community tournaments and giving results. It is absolutely crucial. Make sure you do it. That's just, it's important. You need to do it. So do it. It just gives people advantage. What's up, Latch? How you doing, homie? I'm super happy you found a team, by the way, man. Glad it was doable. Hey, Astro. But yeah, make sure you guys are doing that. Playing the open qual or playing the community tournaments and stuff. So it's makes you a better team and it gives you a better seed. So we base stuff off of results, and the only results we can get are stuff from qualifiers and lands if you're already a team. Hey, Garrett. Yeah, no problem, Latch. So yeah, once we find our top 8, 2 from the auto bids and then 6 from the open quals, and our 9 through 16, those players are going to play in 5 weeks of league play, just like we saw last season and the season before. Stuff that you guys are all used to. But the difference, and you guys see it, is the top 6 teams in the RLCS, the ones that we see. So if you guys have looked at previous seasons, there's always been a regional championship and then the world championship where the top 4 go. The ones that go to the regional championship, which are our top 6, are guaranteed to be in Season 5, no matter what. If you place top 6 after league play and go to the regional championship, you are guaranteed to be in Season 5, which is huge. You are guaranteeing yourself money, the ability to play, consistency in the scene. It's huge for orgs. I'm so worked up. My mic fell over on its own. There's a ghost. But it is unbelievably important, because the people that you are qualifying with this season are people you pretty much have to just stick with unless you're willing to try and requalify and have to go through the rival series. And that's something we haven't got into yet. So top 6 stay. They go to Season 5. The bottom 2, 7 and 8. And before we get into that, obviously 1 through 4 go to LAN, as it shows on my left. Top 4 teams will play in the regional championships. They go to LAN. Whoever does the best in those. 7 and 8 will then drop down, the bottom 2, and they will play against the top 2 of the rival series. So after the 5 weeks, I'll get into that later, Adam. Or Adam. Is that just my name spelled stupid? Or is that making a joke on your own name? Because my name's Adam too. Either way, I got it all the time. Adam, all the time. But, so, bottom 2, 7 and 8 from RLCS will be playing the top 2 from RLRS. Those guys will play in a double elimination best of 7, and whoever wins those best of 7s, the top 2 teams, will now also be joining the RLCS. And then people go, but Lawler, what does that mean? Is there no more open qualifiers? What happens? And I say, well, technically there is, but there is no longer a direct path into the RLCS. You have to play through the rival series after this season. So the way it's going to work is the top 4 teams, so the 2 that lost from the RLCS or the RLRS and that double elim will stay, and the 2 below that will also stay. So we're going to get 4 new teams in an open qualifier system, don't know the details of that will funnel into the RLRS, and then you have a chance after that 5 weeks of league play again in Season 5 to play against the RLCS teams, and then we just keep this cycle. The beauty of it is it creates stability. Players that have shown, like if you look at all the teams that have been coming into the RLCS time and time again, they're pretty much the same teams. You only see a couple new faces, and it's a lot better than these guys having to grind every single season for the same results. It adds consistency, it adds stability. The sponsors and orgs love it a lot more. It's guaranteed view time. Like, plus as a fan, I can finally sit down and be like, these are the teams, these are the rosters, they have history, they've been together for years. And that creates big fan bases, and it makes everything better. So even though there is technically now a 2-season gap for new teams to get from the rival series and then into the RLCS, it shows that you have to be consistent and good enough to beat teams that have already earned their spot. To me, that is fair. To me, it makes sense, and it rewards players for doing it first. So this season has more weight than any other season we've ever had. It's going to make for phenomenal storylines. People who hate the double elim best of 7 stuff have never watched a relegation match in League of Legends. That shit is hype. It is amazing. Plus, you're going to see really good competitive play out of the RLRS. I mean, you look at EU's depth in their play, and like they have more than 8 teams that are pretty damn good. So you're going to see some people that may stand out, and that's fine. So it'll be cool. It'll be really cool. I'm excited for it. Do you know what time qualifiers start? No, I don't, but expect to see a tweet. Just make sure you follow all the social medias, RLCS. Any of the casters usually retweet it. Just make sure you stay and pay attention. Otherwise, RLCS.gg will do it as well. So that'll be good stuff. But yeah, so that is how the format works. Do you guys have any questions on that you would like me to clarify? I know it's a lot of info. Anything. At all. Before we move on. I thought I knew this song. How did Rogue get a pass? That is Rouge, but how did Rogue get a pass? Rogue qualified top 2. So last season before they went into the playoffs, or after the playoffs and everything went down, Rogue managed to secure a top 2 spot in North America in the league play situation, so after regional championships and stuff before they went to LAN. Energy beat Rogue pretty handily in the regional championship, but the top 2 teams automatically get auto bids into the season. Is there a prize pool for RLRS? I don't know the details on that. It hasn't been announced. Obviously, there's a lot of questions that I can't answer as well, but if it's not public, I will give you some generic shitty answer. I'm sorry. But yeah, stuff should be coming. Yeah, no problem, Ocho. Speaking of which, ESPN the Ocho, you guys see that stuff? Like dodgeball, like trampolines and stuff? Pretty sick. I thought like we were only going to be able to make ESPN 8 the Ocho a joke from Anchorman for our lives, but apparently it's a real thing. I missed it. I tried to watch it on the plane. When does it start? RLCS Season 4 is September 2nd. Qualifiers are going to be throughout the next 3 weeks. Hey, Shogi. Rogan Energy take the top 2 seeds automatically. Yes. That chose my last name. Nice, dude. Diagram doesn't make sense to me either. It shows 5, 6 not going to LAN. 5 and 6 aren't going to LAN. 5 and 6 went to the regional championship, but they don't go to LAN. Only the top 4 seeds from NA and EU go to LAN, as always. Yeah, it's Rogue. R-O-U-G-E is Rouge. Like Moulin Rouge. Great movie, by the way. Not my style of movie, but good. Ewan McGregor is a legend. Boy can sing. He's got pipes. First qualifiers on my birthday. Nice, man. Thoughts on Rogue picking up insolences? I don't know. I've seen history repeat itself with that boy. And I'll get into that too when we talk about what's that team? Premature superhero cops. I'm worried about that team too. What happened between Turtle and Rouge? Turtle and Rogue. Rogue guys. R-O-G-U-E. Rogue. They split. There was, from what it looks like, some internal conflict going on. And performance probably didn't help. Those guys spent a lot of time together in the offseason. Months straight and just weren't getting results. And rather than wait, they decided to mix it up. So, we'll see. Thank you guys for spelling. Alright, so Season 4 review looks like it's done. Age requirement has always been 15. Sweat beat, it will be the same. Always 15. I don't expect that to go any lower, and I don't expect it to increase. We fought really hard to keep it 15, or get it to 15 in the first place, so do not expect that to change. But 15. Alright. Watch Siz's VOD where he explained himself a little bit, but Sizz said that they kicked Turtle without discussing it. Turtle got pissed and said some things, and he said that until he fully fixes that dude. We'll find out, man. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. Yes, Chroma's right. He knows firsthand. Alright, so we've got rosters. Let me know if that's difficult to see. I can try to make the image itself bigger, but with the way that it works here, I'm going to just go over. I've got these in somewhat alphabetical order and from ones that I had in my previous stuff. But we are going to work through these rosters. I'll give you kind of a yay and nay, and then after I go through them and any changes that we notice or any of that kind of stuff, I will basically highlight the names of the teams on the left and try to give us like a top 16-ish. Even if we do more than that, at least you guys will know which rosters you generally want to pay attention to. It's hard to see? Okay. Let's see what I can do. Hold on. This is gonna get ugly. One sec. Hopefully that's a bit better. If I need to, I can make the font bigger. Nap is C9 sub. Nice. Oh yeah, that did get announced. Thank you. Turtle is G2 sub. He is. So there. Red is sub for Rogue. Yeah, a lot of these guys, like, I haven't really messed with the subs themselves. I just did these like before I flew out, so if you guys do see stuff, please interject. Mio is Renegade sub. Yes, Renegade's got updated. Miho took the backseat because of work with Dad. That's right. All right, so the Excel formatting. Yeah, thank you, man. All right, so we're gonna get into these. Also, appreciate you guys all being here. Good conversation, good situation all together. But yeah, appreciate you guys all being here. Good conversation. Keep the questions coming. But let's get into it. NA rosters for now. We're going to start with that. Turtle isn't on Rogue. Yeah, I know he's not. Insol is. Apparently that didn't update. Airport Wi-Fi. Gotta love it, right? So, let's start at the top. Ambition Esports. If you guys haven't seen or paid attention to Ambition, they showed up to DreamHack Atlanta where they placed top 8. Caught a lot of people off guard. They also did well about 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago, in the Beyond Entertainment tourney. They knocked out Energy, I'm pretty sure. Before they were Prime Thunder, Wonder, and Pepiopi. Pepiopi is no longer on the team. They're replacing him with Air. If you guys don't know, Air, he's been around for a while, and Squillis is going to be their sub. Team you should definitely look out for. Potential to be top 8, but it's going to be right on that brink. They have potential, but I just don't think they have the players in the quality of talent. Like, they're just missing those, like, you look at all the top like 4 NA teams and they all have players that are just like, oh shit, this is a star player, this guy's really good. And to me, like, Prime Thunder took a really long time off and just he isn't the same as before. Like, he was insane when he first started, and he just, after that break, hasn't. Wonder, to me, is a player that is impressed. He's been kind of quiet, but he's definitely gotten better. And Air, just, I don't think he plays as much as he used to, and I don't see him play as much. But this is a team that you should definitely pay attention to. If these guys keep grinding like they have been, especially in community tournaments, they could be one that could catch a lot of people off guard. All it takes is one play to come in. But yeah, pay attention to Ambition. Ambition is a really strong team. Bigger font, please. Okay. Yeah, I can do that. Not a big deal. Is that better? Does that make that should be a lot easier? I just made the font bigger itself. Truth, how does that look? Much better. All right, sorry about that, guys. Good idea. I shouldn't have to do too much formatting to make it look neat. Thank you for putting up with my nonsense. Sweet. There we go. How does not the sub, by the way, raises? I know. It's just because Raise was the initial sign up, and then they swapped. But Hado played in Summer Series this weekend. I know that. You guys are helping me fill out my stuff for homework. Appreciate it. What's up, Shice? Freeze the headers? You freeze your headers. I don't know where the button is. Screw it. It's fine. Alright, so that's Ambition. Expect them to place easily top 16. Like, if they don't make RLCS, they will almost definitely be in the rival series. Have to pay attention to these guys. You definitely need to. Next up, Cloud9. Probably one of the best teams in North America right now. I don't foresee them having any issues. Criv, thank you for the donation, man. I don't have any notifications on it because we're doing this stuff, but I greatly appreciate it, man. It means a lot. Support is greatly appreciated from all of you as well as for the dono. Cloud9 used to be known as Muffin Men, for those who don't know. Their big performance at DreamHack Atlanta. They came in first, knocked out a lot of big name teams. They took on NRG and just swept them. G2 they brought to 6 games, technically 7 because they had a really long overtime. They beat Gale Force in the finals. Like, really strong performance. Cloud9 is the team to definitely watch out. There's a reason they got picked up. A lot of talent. Yeah. Cloud9 on Rocket League now, right? Isn't that crazy, man? Yeah, Cloud9 probably easily top 2 team in North America right now. They're looking really strong, and consistency to me is always the decision maker in that, and they've been consistent. But I want to see more. I still think Energy is the best team in North America. I would like to see like a lot of series between Cloud9 and Energy's full roster, but I don't know yet. Cloud9 is good, but we'll see. I think in time they will take the first spot. I think this is possibly the first year we'll ever see Energy dethroned as the regional champs. Because no matter what happens, Energy's always been the onliners. Kings of Urban history, you guys should all know it, but it's going to be pretty crazy. Okay. Fibian, if you guys don't know Fibian, they used to be known as Applesauce, and before that they were known as Spectrum. Spectrum, if you guys don't remember last season, actually placed 9th. They were just in that area where there was a bunch of players where all they had to do was win and they would have made it into the RLCS. They were kind of like a set to destroy situation. They either won and they were in, or they lost and they were out. So that kind of situation. They have a lot of talent on their team. Chicago, Hado, and Zol show that they can perform at the top. They make games close. I still think they have room to improve. I think there's a couple issues that they do see. But this is another team that you're going to see with Ambition that's either going to be a team that's going to struggle probably in the top against the top 3. Or Fibian got picked up. So Applesauce was their name, but Fibian is an org that picked them up. That's why. But they are a team that's strong. They performed well. 4th at the Cyberpower PC tournament last weekend on the 4th. They had a couple of good Astro tournament performances, but a team to definitely look out for. If they don't make RLCS, they will 100%. You can quote me on that one. They will be in the rival series. They're strong. They're going to be one of those teams that's going to be like a gatekeeper. Teams that may not be RLCS quality, but they're definitely up there. It'll be really interesting to see like teams that just keep consistently being in the RLRS as that like 1-2 seed and just keep all the teams below them, but they can't just quite break in. And they might do it every once in a while, like Curse did that a long time ago. Curse's B team, but stuff to definitely pay attention to. Fibian and Ambition are kind of your 2 pocket picks. Another one that joins them, Soon TM. I know Karma has still been looking for players, and she picked one that to me is kind of interesting. I know Pluto, no offense to the boy, has been kind of a leftover. To me, he has definitely fallen off, and that's why he's in a situation where he's being kind of overpassed. And I don't know what necessarily he needs to do to improve, but a lot of it is adapting to this new meta. I think he either needs to really kind of work on the mechanical aspect, because I've seen him able to make shots. I mean, double taps and everything are all over the place. It's just there's people that do what he does better, and that's the issue. Is the talent pool is definitely increased. Next esports org I would like to see in Rocket League. Liquid. I'm a big Liquid fan. I think Liquid's always treated their players really well. But Pluto's a really good player. He just I think there's people that do his situation better. And he doesn't really think. He said it before as a player. He just doesn't think. He just reacts to stuff. And when you're in this type of situation, you either need to be able to think appropriately when you're on defense. Think your like Torments, your Garrett G's, your Cooksers, people that are willing to sit back and defend and then move up as a team. If Pluto could adapt to one of those players, I think it'd be good, because we know his clears are good. Pluto changed his name back from Pluto. Hot Wheel Sid, for those that have ever played against him or played with him, the boy can 1v3 a lobby out of nowhere. Consistency has always been his issue, but he has really high highs. Really, really strong player. Just needs to work on finding a way to make it work. He's also had complications back with the OG Orbit team where Geno Cop left and Zane Jackie got screwed over and all this other kind of stuff. So Hot Wheels sits strong. He's really good. It's a team that has a lot of talent. Karma has shown that she can compete at the top tier, but just hasn't found that roster that does it. She's got 2 players I think that she gets along with and are willing to play, and Pluto's one of the most genuine guys in the scene, so hopefully it goes well. Definitely a team to pay attention to, but they could fall short. I think they are lacking some talent. But everybody on that team needs to be involved, otherwise they're going to get steamrolled. If everybody doesn't play their best, it's going to be problems. But they have a chance. They're a good team. Another team that you could see in the rival series, possibly in the 8th, 7th spot of RLCS. On to G2, consistency is still a problem. Kronovi shows what happens when he plays unselfish. We saw it in Brisk this past weekend. They look super strong in the first couple of games, absolutely dominant. But as soon as he tries to make up for lack of rotation or stuff, or he pressures Rizzo into making a commitment rather than giving him time and just trusting his teammates, things happen. It's the same problem I have. I'm in 3s. I'm in a rank way lower than I should be, in my personal opinion, as we all agree. Or as we all think, I should say. But when you know you can go and contest the ball before your teammate and you want to make something happen, you still have to learn to just sit there and let them either make their play or their mistake and then react off of that. And I think Kronovi has a hard time with that because he's always been a carry. He's been playing the game for 10 years, and he's always been like the guy up top. He's always been the guy to make the play and be the carry. You know, Gibbs sitting him back, and it was just him and Sad going back and forth. So it's just one of those things that once they settle, they show that you just can't defend against pass plays that are too fast. Everything has to be predictive. It's difficult. So G2 to me is a top 3 NA team. They're definitely behind Cloud9 right now, just because of consistency purposes. I think they have really high highs, but then they have silly mistakes that just shouldn't happen. But they've shown to us that they can compete. They can be a really strong team. So we'll most definitely make it in the RLCS, but they've got some issues, and maybe having Turtle on there. Turtle has always been a fun, upbeat guy. He's one of my favorite pros, as biased as I'm supposed to be. I love Turtle. I think Turtle's fantastic for the scene. He's great with working with the camera, and that kind of positive energy and his content creation might be what the team needs to keep him kind of lighthearted and in the zone. I don't know. Either way, he's going to add good chemistry with the team, even if he doesn't play. So it's unfortunate. I wish Turtle was playing for a starting team, but I get he wants to focus on school and content creation and all that kind of stuff. So should be interesting. Genesis, we haven't seen this roster consistently. I think they have potential. I do like Zane Jack as a pick, but Zane just doesn't play as much. Same issue as Insult. They just don't play as much as they could or as much as they should. I know Lethamir is a workhorse. He's definitely the star of the team, and Classics has had underperforming stats. He had the same issue with Genesis last season. He just hasn't impressed me. We talk about him being a bruiser who's willing to lead the charge and stuff. Lethamir could be defense, and then Zane Jack in the mid. So they have potential. There's a lot of talent on the team. But I feel this could be a team that falls short, unfortunately for them. Truth, I wouldn't do it. I don't think it's worth it. Hey Jordan. What's up, man? What's up, Pixie? Turtle would be so good at LAN? Yeah. If you didn't overthink, yeah, you're right. Garrett would know firsthand, man. He's been in that situation. So, but yeah. I really do wish Turtle was playing, but stuff happens, guys. It's cutthroat out there too. Yeah, Genesis I'm interested on. I mean, they haven't really had a good performance since they really formed, so it'll be interesting. Chrome I thought was good cohesion, but I like what he's doing on his other team instead, so we'll get into Chrome later. The Rob G or R Gomez, if you know him on a first name basis. Yeah, can make the font a bit bigger. We just made it bigger. Yeah, we can make it bigger, no problem. Let's bump that to 18. Alright, that should be good. You guys should be able to see that stuff pretty easy. Alright, where were we? Genesis. Yeah, they've been scrimming a lot, but it'll be interesting to see how they perform, man. Scrims help. It's a good start. It helps for seeding. Leak prize pool. I don't even know what it is, Garrett. Yeah. Yeah, leak the prize pool. You get a ton of views, but you'll never have a job again. Yeah, it'll go well. Slow, we'll get into that, man. Yeah, Genesis. They have potential. A lot of vet players. Sinjaki's been in it since the beginning. Obviously, take 3 for Season 2 LAN. Farthest NA team. Classics has been at the previous LAN as well for Season 2 with Genesis. Lethmir's shown that he can pretty much solo-handedly like go God mode if he needs to, but we'll see. Hollywood Hammers, really impressed. Darkfire is insane still. He retired, came back, showed what he was capable of. Where's your brisk? Back in LA, man. I was actually going to drink brisk while I did this, but that was too much work. But yeah, Darkfire's nuts. I think Sathu showed his performance when he played with Spice at the first Summer Series. Vince has always been a pretty good player. I know Gibbs is a big fan of Vince. Hate to see that Espion isn't playing, but Espion I think is one of those players with Pluto where they've just fallen off, and he's got an internship with Facebook, so I know he's focusing hard on that. But Sathu and Darkfire, I'm ready for them to make some moves. If Darkfire can play like he does, and like we saw previous week in Sivo, I think it was, where he had to be active. If he was like quiet on the field, bad things happened, and he showed that that wasn't going to be a problem. But it's only been 1 week, so consistency for me, I need to see it more. Where's our assist this year? Don't know, Caleb Dog. Hasn't been announced, buddy. I wish I did. Strobe, last minute effort from Lichinio. Lichinio just kind of scrapped this team together. Justin's pretty solid. I haven't seen Epic Johnny play myself. I have no idea what this team is going to do, to be completely honest. The only reason I say pay attention to it is because Latch is Latch, and I've seen him go crazy when he needs to. Espen has not fallen off at all. In threes, I haven't seen him do shit, man. Like, is it just the fact that he gets his own head or what? I mean, it's tough, man. Like, I know this game is so... Justin is disgusting. I mean, I've watched a couple of his streams. He's been pretty damn solid, but in a competitive setting against top tier teams, I haven't seen him play. That's the only show I have. I haven't seen the Strobe team play. Nobody has. Latch, you want to give us some insight? You were in chat, homie. Have you guys been doing scrims and stuff? And if so, how they've been going? What's your advice for team entering our first RLCS? We're all good players, all 3 grand chips, but we just can't score or rotate well. Have fun. As silly as it sounds, mental games, a lot of it, man. As long as you're okay with playing a little bit more defensive and having fun, you'll be alright. What's up, Gimmick? How you doing, man? Comes in to instantly BM Rob G. That's my kind of guy. They beat Fabian in scrims? Okay. I mean, there's a lot of talent on the team. It's possible. It'll be interesting. I mean, based on what you guys are saying, pay attention to him. Yeah. Exactly like Chrome said, Vince. Like, you guys impressed this weekend. I really liked what you guys did for Brisk. It was pretty sick, actually. It was cool to see Darkfire back. I mean, we always knew him with Torment, so it was interesting to see him come out and play the way he did. So that was really cool. But yeah, apparently Strobe, 4-0 Amphibian. I would like to see consistency in scrims. They could be another team that's in that like 7-8 spot. There's gonna be a lot of teams this season fighting for those last 3 spots, like 6, 7, 8. And there's only 2 spots available, or 3 spots available before that. So good luck. Like, I can't imagine you guys competing for this stuff. There's a lot of strong teams. Yeah, I don't think you guys realize, like, NA's got some depth finally. I think EU's still stronger in their, like, top 5, but the top 2 in NA, top 3 in NA really stand apart still. EU could be anybody's game. I think there's a dedicated top 3 in EU, but the top 2 are definitely far apart. We just scrimmed them, but we didn't take them seriously whatsoever. That's just excuses, Chicago. That's on you, man. Can't be throwing those Johns in here, man, for any Smash Bros. If you guys don't know what Johns are, they're excuses. Man, that's one of those things, too. If you guys are a new team, don't take anybody lightly. And this even applies to the pros. You don't want to be dropping no-name games in that double limb. There's no point. Just go in it. We just screamed for like 4 hours before. I just keep hearing excuses, man. Chicago, I'm just giving you shit, by the way, but for real. You should just come in and do your best at all times. Don't leave it up to a chance. Alright, on to the obvious one. Energy. Guaranteed in. They secured their spot as the #1 seed. They're nuts. As always, expect them to do well. Expect to see them in contest for the top 4 going to LAN. Garrett has shown that the hurdles they had to come over, they didn't want to become complacent, and the fact that they were able to take their first LAN for an international tournament. Yes, it was on home turf, but yeah, they've shown that they can compete against NA. They finally got over their issues at LAN this year, so expect Energy to play well, boys. Like, Energy is Energy. They're here to play. Also, shout out to Dude. Dude, you played pretty well. You were really quiet. You did literally nothing in your first series that you guys 3-0'd at Brisk. But then for you to DC, come back and get 2 overtime goals, pretty badass, dude. It sucks that players like yourself are subbing. I hate seeing teams and players like Turtle and Dude with the Nose and Miho and fucking Pepiopi and like King Granny and Vifele. And I know Vifele will never play for his starting roster, but there's a lot of talented players that are subs, and I hate it. You guys should compete. I wish you guys would compete, because even still, you guys could get in the rival series, and that gives you a leg up the next season. I did literally nothing against Equinox. Oh, we know. We saw. It was great. We literally just watched you sit back and we're like, okay, Garrett and Jacob are going to pop off and go crazy. It's been great. Cool stuff. Next up, Renegades. You guys saw Dude with the Nose play with them in... So, okay, this Renegades squad actually scares me, because they haven't played shit. We saw them at DreamHack with Dude with the Nose, and that's it. What? Where have their games been? I know there's a bunch of pros in here. What about you guys for scrims? How have Renegades been doing? If you guys don't know Renegades, they were selfless, but they dropped Miho to sub and Moses picked up. Renegades. Hello? Apparently aren't getting invited to anything. Really? Yeah. Right, dude. Like, you guys, like, it was a totally different roster. It's just like, shit, we need people. Here we go. Renegades is solid. They beat G2 at X Games. Yeah, but they use different players. They had Torment, I think, with Dapper playing for stuff. I totally forget the X Games roster. But Renegades hasn't really done anything, to my knowledge, in the offseason. They played DreamHack with a roster that was Ohana, that wasn't Renegades. But I haven't seen the selfless roster play with Moses, period. So we'll see. What's up, Popo? How you doing, man? Hey, man. Appreciate you stopping back. Alright, Rogue, the big one you guys have all been talking about. Turtle is gone. Long time boy. And the duo Sizamat, as always, choosing to stick together. Apparently there was some internal stuff going on. Can't confirm, because it's not up to me to confirm that stuff. Obviously it was heated. These guys showed that they love each other very much in social atmosphere. They had a lot of fun. Their videos were always great. They were kind of NA's sweethearts when they came out on stage, and it was really exciting. But they're changing it up. They didn't have really any good performances throughout this offseason. I know they're grinding and under a lot of stress and a lot of travel, and it happens, but nothing happened. So rather than wait too long, they decided to mix it up. Turtle's out. Insolence is in. My feeling towards Insol is the boy needs to learn that Rocket League is his only opportunity. Counter-Strike's not it. No offense, man, but there's been people playing the game for longer than you've been born and alive. And I don't think you just have the natural talent to go to Counter-Strike. You're already insane at Rocket League. So what is it about Rocket League that you just don't want to keep playing? Find what it is that will make you play and dedicate to your teammates. Until you prove to me that you're willing to dedicate to actually putting in time and being mature on social media. Yeah, dude, doesn't mean you're good. Is he not the youngest roster right now? I think so, actually. Yeah, Set to Destroy. I don't know how old the other... Set to Destroy might be up there, too. Set's pretty young, I think. Premature Superhero. Gambit, I don't know how old Gambit is, but I know Prem and Gino are pretty young. (16, 16, 17). Yeah, they're damn young, but that's the difference. Like, maturity doesn't always pay attention to age. Like, look how composed they are when they're on stream and how like they act. It's respectful. It's the word I want. I don't know the word I want, but the way they handle themselves is good. Keep off of social media and just do your thing. Let your results speak for yourself. Like, the way that Turtle handled the situation between him and Matt, he was just like, you know, best of luck in the future. That's how it is. Admirable. Yeah, we'll go with that one. Dude with nose wins. Admirable. We'll go with that. It's admirable watching these players handle themselves the way they do in front of that many people. Simple as that. When you're 20? Yeah, man. We got some... I'm really old for the scene. I'll be 26 this month. Ew. Gross. Adult stuff. Paying for your own insurance. Rip. But yeah, I don't know how Insol's going to perform. They played in Brisk. It didn't go that well. But maybe in time the chemistry will show. Insolus can be good when he needs to be, even with no practice. So we'll see. Who knows? I don't know how that roster is going to go. I really don't. Because they haven't really won anything in a month. What's up, Dad? Love you, Cloud. Love you. Everybody in chat, make sure you show love to Cloud. The reason why this Rocket League scene even is a thing. Everybody in chat, please type heart Cloud Fuel or something to that extent. Express your emotions towards that man. How many RLCS seasons do you want to have? As many as we can, man. As many as we can. I love Rocket League. Set to Destroy has shown a lot of improvement. For those that don't know, they went 0-7 in league play last season and actually stood together as a roster. They didn't make any changes. They just kept the exact same team. Luminous stepped in quite a bit for memory due to computer issues and stuff, but they made some improvements. They brought Flipside Tactics to Game 5, like OT at DreamHack. They brought a lot of teams to Game 5. I know the Envious game was close, but Sets, for some reason, has played really well offline. Or not on stream, I should say. But yeah. Set to Destroy, definitely a team that will be in that contention for the 7-8 spots, the RLRS spots. Maybe they'll bump some people out. The nice thing about these kind of brackets for teams like that is the teams that are a little bit more defense heavy, that don't go for risks, are usually rewarded because they're trying to minimize mistakes. How to Set to Destroy not step in if one of their players don't have a good PC to play on. Lumen did. They used their sub in Brisk. Memory was having issues on his computer, and rather than playing a laptop, they had Lumen play. Vega Insolences was the one that kept talking about playing Counter-Strike instead. It's more of a joke, but... Sathu, pretty much all of them. Pretty much going over the Reddit thread. A couple of these I'm going to skip through too, but these are the ones that I think are important. These last ones I'm going to grind through because I don't know as much about performance. It's more about the names. Equinox, Pepiopi dropped from Ambition, down. But the big three to know, Corrupted G, Chrome, Sad Jr. Equinox looked really strong. Brisk, they've got a lot of potential. I think Chrome brings a lot of cohesion to that midfield. I think it works out pretty well. Expect these guys to come. That's the best Sad Junior I've seen in probably a year. So, interesting to see. Bozak, some do, some don't, man. Pepiopi was never... I mean, the last time we saw him play, Strangest was for him to fill in with Ambition. So, I'm just going off of most recent performances of what people would see. Nice, Halcyon. Good to hear. Good to hear. Hopefully you guys are still grinding. I know you guys have been going hard, so it's awesome. Equinox though, pay attention to these guys. Sad Junior looked really well. I think Chrome adds a lot to that team and allows these two to excel. Interesting team. Equinox could be one that surprises a lot of people. They look really good. Also, it's a lowercase e and a uppercase q. I think it's dumb. I don't get it. Premature Superhero Cops. Gambit is back. What? Playing with Prem. Prem played one game in the RLCS. He like subbed in for like a couple seconds and got booted back out. But yeah, so Prem is Prem's a pretty good player. Just hasn't really had a chance to prove himself. Gambit, obviously he's the one that carried iBuyPower to pretty much the LAN because they didn't really have any real performance in season 2 or in quarter 2 of the first season. And then Genocop, KBM beast, but I think he's fallen off. I know he's still got skill, but he's definitely not what he used to be. This team, it seems just like a team that got together for fun and because they could. They might just be one of those teams that you see in rival series. There's potential, but I just don't foresee it happening. Emotion, Seabass, I've played in 1s. He's okay in 2s. Ty's been grinding a shit ton of 2s, and Illusion's pretty solid as an overall player. Bunch of high-tier players. But I don't expect anything. That could be a rival series team for sure. Incognito as well. Tuster and J-Wiz, you guys have seen before. Go Rocks is in chat. What's up, homie? I've seen you guys been playing. Don't know how any of their performances have been, but Incognito is also like a bubble team, probably in that 12 to 16 category at most. Don't expect to see them in the rival series unless we get some major upsets. Cypher, Double Corrupted, King Wizard, I know the performances have been okay, but not amazing. Yes, that's the first thing I said when we started Cloudfuel. I'm glad you're repeating it. You can paste that as much as you fucking want, because it's true. We need to be able to have results for you guys. Oh god, you guys can't see that. I'm the worst. Sorry, boys. Emotion. Alright. Thank you for keeping me in line. Appreciate you guys. Yeah. So Cypher, Double Crop King, another team that has talent, but I don't think it's that special kind that brings you to that next level. Maybe a rival team, maybe. Enix, I've actually been really happy about this team. Geschwind has shown that Sham is nutty and has a better mechanics, but Geschwind is the brains kind of behind the operation. I'm glad they picked up Pyre, because Pyre is one of those teams that has been working really hard on his like mental game. We'll see how they come together. I haven't seen results personally. I haven't seen them playing community stuff, and that's what we need. But we need to see these guys all three perform at their peak. Otherwise, they aren't going to be enough to overwhelm anybody. Hype Gaming has had a couple of recent results that have been pretty solid. Another team that maybe be a rival series team. It's just a lot of these guys are players that have been around for a really long time, but just don't have that X factor that puts them into the next level, in my opinion. All the teams that I have on the list have potential to be a rival series team. It's just going to come down to how they perform on that day, and that's a whole different story. Bad Boy, yes. Just admiring your throwback team, right, Shiz? New Horizon. I actually really like this team. 2 reasons. One, I love Husky. Husky is the best person in the world. Can you post this spreadsheet to Twitter after? This list is clutch. Weasley, it is actually a Reddit post. My notes and stuff are attached to this as well. This is the stuff that I use for my prep work. But there is a linked post at the top. Let me put it in chat. There you go. There's the link, man. New Horizon, though. Love Husky. Husky's great. He's one of the best players that you could ever play with. His positivity is overwhelming. He had a really good performance when he subbed for Onslaught at DreamHack, but then they got outed. I just haven't seen this cohesion. I know Subin is a very elaborate thinker when it comes to the game. He's always talking about theory crafting and this and that, and hopefully that doesn't overdo it. I think that these guys might get in their heads too much, but once again, a lot of talented players on the team just have never broken in, and they have the power sub of Fele. The man is a legend and the best sub in the game. I don't care who anybody has. Spuda now instead of Loconite? Okay, thank you. Wild card, Laz, Nomad, and Pepper. 3 really talented players. I think Nomad's super underrated. Laz has always had decent performance, but I don't think he has had any like special performances. The only time I've seen him play personally is in like Midwest lands, and he's had okay performance, but it's never been like, yo, this guy's insane, because he's playing against other people. So it'll be interesting. Astros a starter? Post your predictions on that thread, please. My predictions? What do you mean my predictions? What thread? Vertical sweep after Imperial? Okay. I mean, Imperial's just been hot swapping teams like crazy. Before, we used to be the Ascension boys, so. What happened to Local Nate? Probably making a YouTube vid still. I don't know. Flying Steven. What a name. Probably gonna have to change it. All players that I have grown watching in this scene, but have never broken into that top tier. Don't think they're gonna do anything, to be honest. If they have a good day, maybe, but at most, they're going to be like one of those teams squeaking into the rival series. What's up, Zach? Onslaught has a chance. Talented players. Could be one of those bottom rival series teams. Will not make RLCS, I don't think. Yeah, I could see them maybe like a 13-14. Yeah, Bluesy, when I'm done, I'll highlight. Can you post a Reddit link? Yeah. Also, chat, appreciate the interaction. Loconate's on his own team? Oh, damn. I think Loconate's not something we win. Who knows where... but it was Spuda and Leaf. What? No. Familiar Leaf? No. What? I don't even know what you're talking about. Lights Out. Lights Out has actually had some pretty good performances. Not like any like crazy hard teams that they've had to play, but they've consistently beat teams that are at their level or below. So they're a little bit higher than where people think. What's up, Spuda? How you doing, man? Good luck this season, man. But yeah, Lights Out has had some pretty solid performances. It just has never been against top tier teams. Like none of the like top 4 NA. So it'll be interesting to see how they do. They're gonna have to upset some people. They've got some stacked teams. Stev, another KBM player. There's been a couple more KBM players that we're seeing. As Claude said, they have been doing well lately, but I still have not seen them outperform a team that's at a higher tier. They haven't shown to me that they can beat the Energies, the Cloud9s, the etc. Harris, I don't know who your team is. As for Ascension, Skaxi showed that he can play well. He did well in the NBC Invitational. I just don't think they have the talent. That could be another team that's in the rival series. Never, they won't be in the RLCS though. They don't have the talent to be RLCS, I don't think. There's too many players up here that are above them. If they do, they'd have to do a major upset. Same thing with Amethyst. Players that have been around for a while, but not going to hit RLCS. All the players down here are more of a RLRS team. Vertical Sweep. MD, I know, is the top tier. Running Cat Dog also played in NBC. Marshall's been around for a while. These guys are all VVV vets from way back. What's up, Chelsea? Why are you tagging at me? Chelsea, what do you want? Why'd you at me? We always taking them 3-5-7 games. Nice stuff. That's good. That's good, man. This is just speculation, guys. Like, understand this is just from what I've seen or what I know. And you, by all means, can prove us wrong. Please prove us wrong. We were Nafu? Oh, okay. Still, I mean, who knows? But yeah, team that could upset some, but I don't know how well the chemistry and cohesion of their play. I don't know if they can keep up with the pace of some of the top tier teams. They just might be outperformed by higher tier players. Frigus. Time and Coleman are playing, huh? That's kind of cool. Probably won't make it. I don't think this team has a chance to be true. They're gonna have to go through some really rough games. Fusion has some talented players with troops. I know Perch has been around forever. He used to play with Final Carpet way back in the day. You guys are my heroes in chat. I love you all. That's going to be a tough one. There's talent on the team, but I don't think the individual talent is enough to carry them through. They could, probably not. Probably not. Same thing with No Capes. Same thing with Couldn't Afford FIFA. Like, Couldn't Afford FIFA has some solid players, but just players that have been around for a really long time, and that I respect them for that reason, but I don't think they're going to surprise anybody in that sense. You can say the same thing about Twinkle Fairies. Like, I love Andy. Waterbird and I go way back. Covenel finally changed his name back to Spirit, or changed his name back to Covenel. He is no longer Spirit anymore. He is now Covenel again. But I've seen them do in-house twos, but I haven't seen them scrim actual teams. For Twinkle Fairies, what a name. But I mean, they're good. There's talent. I just think Andy's out of practice. That boy speedruns too much. So we'll see. They'll be a fun team to watch. Like, all the teams that I have on this list are teams that you should definitely watch out for, but the ones that are like definite watches, those are the big ones to watch. many teams is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so we got one more. Anyone's thoughts? They won't go far, does. Which top team do you think has the most chance of missing out completely? In all honesty, I think Genesis. To be completely honest, I think Genesis might have a really rough time because the Classics and Zane. Like Zane's my bae. Love him. Yeah, what's up? What's up, Cloud? Why isn't discarded socks in here? The exact reason you put a Kappa. What's up, Jim? Thank you, Zach. I feel like SDX will do better this season. Yeah, Set's been putting in work, man. There's a lot of solid teams, you guys. I don't think you realize. Like, you guys are saying in chat now, but understand, like, look. Like, these are just 16 teams that I'm picking, like, split second decision because we're going really long on this. Yeah, Strobe could also be one. They just have a lot of talent on their team. Apparently Justin and Latch have been going crazy, so scrims for them have been going pretty solid from the sounds of it. I think we can do this, like, for sure's. Like, these three teams will, if they don't make RLCS, will almost undoubtedly make rival series. Like, these guys will probably make rival. Horizon could make rival. Okay, we could probably put these guys as a rival team for sure. These guys are too talented to let no-name players beat them. Same thing with Cypher's a maybe. But there's a lot of talented teams. Is Jake Plans here? No idea. Fell asleep at my desk and woke up and things are colored now. What's going on here? Figure yellow is teams that you should expect to see, like your top 16 for sure. I mean, go ahead, Slim Tim. Are you high? Why am I high? I've never seen them play as a team. Ever. Like, you guys are gonna understand, I want results. I need consistent results. And we've never seen them play in this kind of bracket, under this kind of pressure. Like, it all comes down to, like, one moment. Rival teams, the RLRS. Rival is the series that is below the RLCS this season. I started at the beginning. Make sure you go check back the VOD if you want to see me explain that. I went into it in detail. I actually delayed the stream a little bit so we could make sure people are in here, but you guys keep piling in. Speaking of which, thank you guys all again for being in here. There's 300 some of you in here all talking. So you think orgs will pick up rival series teams? It's possible. A lot of orgs also have B teams, but we don't allow like a secondary team, so there's a chance. So we'll see. Gambit is back, yes, playing with Prem and Geno Cop under premature superhero cops. Should be interesting. But if people are saying Justin's as nutty as he is, which I haven't seen, I would like to see him play against like a G2, Amphibian, an Ambition. Like, I want to see how they stack up against these guys over a course of like 5 series and what it ends up as. What's up, Jorpez? Appreciate the heart. Anikowski, we're just going over rosters and stuff. We just did NA, so we're gonna move on to EU now. Joel's actually fucking insane. Why did he leave Oak? He didn't have a choice. Yep. Carl says does not. You can't have more than one team in the same region. It's not allowed. Pixie, discarded sock. I love you guys, but it's not happening. Chelsea. Shh. Keep that out of here. Alright, over to you. Whoa, sorry. I forgot hotkeys. I'm the worst. And we're back. Rip. Kids with issues? Oh, yeah. Please do more play-by-play. Do you actually like it, John? I thought it was... we'll see. It was something. First time doing play-by-play in like 2 seasons. 2.5 seasons. It's been a while. Thanks for watching. Welcome back. That was a quick little intermission. Alright, over to EU, guys. This one should go pretty quick. There's a lot less teams. EU's pretty solidified. Also, I need to have a word with Doomsy, and literally the worst name I've ever read. Horrible name, Doomsy. What are you doing? Thought you did fantastic. Thank you, John. I appreciate it. Just casting with carpet's kind of goofy, no matter what you do. So, appreciate it, man. Yukio on frontline. Frontline. Where do I have them? Is he their sub? Which pros at least hours can still compete on that level? Gosh, it varies, man. Yeah, I'll do that. So let's do that. Guarantees are in red. So teams in red are automatically in, no matter what. No matter what happens, these guys will be there. Actually, I'm going to make them green, because green makes sense. Green is go. So, these teams, no matter what happens, they're in. Going to be there no matter what. Dogu's subbing for GFT. Oh, Dogu. Oh, yeah, Turbo just talked to Oh My Dog. He just put an Oh My Dog tweet out. That's right. AJ Regs, he actually put in 90 hours over the last 2 weeks. Before they went into the Brist Summer Series this weekend. He had 90 hours over the last 2 weeks, so we'll see. Alright. Yes, Mike Rules is playing. So, flip side's automatically in. Mystic, I think, is a good addition over Greasy. I think his slow, more methodical play style is good. But it does bite them. He needs to pick when he makes those decisions. There is certain times when he decides to play a little bit slow on the back wall, and then out of nowhere, they get punished for it. People overwhelm them, and it creates problems. But still a solid team. I like the potential flip side. We've shown that, to me, the top 3 in NA right now are these 3. Flip side, Team Envious, and Gale Force. Mocket's way too inconsistent. They have times where they're like the best team in EU, and then out of nowhere they're not. And it doesn't make any sense. It makes me so upset that I hit my... Oops. Sorry, that was probably loud for you guys. I actually broke it. Oh, fuck. I may have broke my stand. Or my pop filter. Oops. I'm so angry right now. My bad. Alright. So, first one up. Gale Force is like an automatic shoe-in. To me, they are the best team in EU right now. They're playing out of their minds, probably the best defense in the world right now. Turbo came over, obviously, from a sub when he played with these boys. They won the World Championship. They played really damn well. Being regarded as the best player in the world in K-Dop, with a close second of Turbo Posa also making headway. If Turbo keeps playing the way he does, he could also be the MVP for the season. He's playing ridiculous. So, shoutouts to Pierre. Came out of nowhere, even though he's always been this good, and just hasn't found a team that makes it work. I don't know. Yes, Supersonic Avengers is back. We're all excited. But yeah, really good teams. Gale Force looking strong. Expect to see them here. Yeah, Turbo, don't fuck it up. Turbo, don't fuck it up. Okay, don't fuck it up. No pressure. Pierre. That boy, that's not nice, man. Don't mess with his name like that. Alright, also I gotta update the topic thing. That was the main reason to do that, is to do this. Either way, Turbo, you've been playing well. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Also, please wear pants when you're told to. Although the shorts game is on point, I still don't know who wins between you and Greasy, but who knows. Mocket Esports. If you guys don't know, Fairy Peak, Freaky, and Pashy. The team split up, leftovers. Fairy Peak and everybody, like Mocket, kind of dispersed and then got back together. They lost their auto bids, so technically because Mocket was the team that won the regional championship, and because of that, they technically got an auto bid They didn't keep 2/3 of their team, so they lose the auto bid. It stays with the players, not the team and the org. So now, why are people saying 236? 238. Oh. Sorry, Turbo. Sometimes you just gotta go by the numbers, man. But yeah, so they lost their auto bid. Drops down, that's why we only have 2 in Envious and Flipside. They have times when they play really, really well, and then they have times where they play really poorly. It's weird. Inconsistent as a team, but definitely strong. You can't expect to see them in the top 8. They're a strong team. Very talented players all around on the team. The big difference is Fairy Peak started off really slow last season, and by the end he was playing really well. I don't think we're going to have that problem, and Freaky's also and always has been pretty nuts. So a lot of talent on the team. They just got to find that cohesion and make it consistent. Envious obviously already in. The big difference, Greasy is now in place. Maestro is no longer with Remco. The first big duo we're seeing finally split up. There's been talks about stuff, but the official statement from Remco was that they had more chemistry going because they played with Greasy throughout the entire summer, and that trying to get him back into the situation and try to find that cohesion again wasn't working. You missed a team. How'd I miss a team? What do you mean I missed a team? That's... Yo, Pierre. That's actually critical. Did you wear pants or shorts when you took second place? Because if you wore pants, we know the problem. If you guys want to know the info, exclamation point roster watch. Oh shit, he wore pants at DreamHack. Okay. So that's 1 for no pants. Go shorts. If you guys want to know where a lot of these rosters are, roster watch, that link. Go check it. Gotta show off those caps, man. Talk to Shogun, he'll help you out. He knows what's up. Also maybe teach you his funky dance. I don't know. Method. Method is a team. If you guys don't know Method, originally they were Team Secrecy. They came in legitimately. But they were like top 3, top 4 in EU at the beginning of RLCS Season 3. And they just have had hard times. They can play up to their competition, but they also play down to their competition. And they should be like dominating the teams that are technically below them, but they don't. It's weird. So, Yuvan, it's on that Reddit post. Go check it out, man. Method's good. They're really good. Sniper's a good addition as a sub. I hate that he's subbing. I think like Sniper Mout and like Dan could even be a team. You know, there's a lot of talent in these subs, but who knows? But yeah, Method you can expect to see top 8. You won't have any problems with them. Leftovers, the big difference now is Farah left. Farah left like July 7th, I think it was. I'm pretty sure that was the exact date. And they now have Maestro. Maestro played in Brisk. No, he didn't. Brisk didn't happen. Maestro played in Rival Series. I casted that. Leftovers and Flipside played in Rival Series this past Wednesday, and Leftovers came out super strong. I didn't know who the goal scorer was going to be for Leftovers, and all of a sudden it turned out being all 3 of them. And then Flipside woke up after a best of 7 and won 8 in a row. So, who the fuck knows? Farrell left. I'm being nice. I'm sorry. He was kicked to the curb. Is that what you want me to say? Like, come on. But yeah, Leftovers. I want to see more games out of them. One of those teams that would really benefit from playing in community tournaments. Once again, and to reiterate, Cloud said it, I said it at the beginning, you guys need to play in community tournaments so we can see and seed correctly. Give us results, show us where you belong. It's only going to make your life easier. Easier. Do it. I'm talking a lot. Fuck. Frontline. Actually really excited about this team. A lot of talent. People that have been around for a while. Bluey's really young. I'm interested to see how that handles. He's with 2 very talented players. But I don't feel any like real captain presence from the team. I don't know. I don't see anybody on the team to keep them grounded. And just like, I don't know. I'm interested. That team interests me. That's a question mark for me. A lot of talent on the team, but I don't know how it's going to go. Because I know how Bluey acted when he was with Doomsy and stuff. I don't know. There's a lot of talent. There's a lot of talent. We'll get to Doomsy later. Don't worry. Aeriality, OG team, coming back. Yeah, Blue is stupid good, but we'll see. Aeriality team, they made some changes. Continuum still the same. Tylacto and Flame. Nice. Gonna be a rival series team. I don't think they'll make RLCS. Same thing with Bittersweet. Talented players. Godsmill I know the most out of all of them, but I don't think they have the ability to make RLCS. This team, you all need to pay attention to. To me, this is the big team that a lot of people aren't talking about, but they need to. There's a lot of talent on this team. Mummy Snow has played in RLCS. He only played for 1 weekend, though, as a sub. How old is Blurt? Blurt. Who's Blurt? Bluey, you mean? Bluey's like 16, 15? He's a young gun. He's 15, I'm pretty sure. I think he just turned age to compete. Yeah, Bluey's stupid young. But you need to pay attention to this team. This team's super good. They're like super nutty. If you guys don't know about this team, do it. All very talented players. Copenhagen Flags has been here and there. Could have an upset here and there, but I don't expect to see them in RLCS. You might see them in the rival series. Titans we saw in Sweden, actually, I'm pretty sure. And they had an upset. Frontline is a sketchy team. Yeah, man, they're a question mark for me, but Ignite, Skyline, and Mummy. Watch out. Do you think when Scrub can play will complete for top 8 seed? Yes. Scrub will be an immediate pickup when he is available in Season 6. That Phil went to his shits on himself. Got my vote, man. Yeah, Titans played in Sweden. They had an upset. They played pretty well. They were locals, I'm pretty sure, to the scene there, if I remember correctly. That was a while ago. Could be a rival team. I think they're gonna have to battle a lot. There's a lot of talent in EU that they're gonna have to go through. I'm glad to see Tini and Cheerio still playing together for Endpoint. This could be a team that surprises some. They're gonna be a team that's fighting for that 8-7 spot. Same thing with Enjoy. Data. I have not seen Data in a while. Damn. If you guys don't remember, Data Seeks and Reganon from way back for Reforce, I think it was. What was their name? God, what was that name in Season 1? They caught everybody off guard. They were the big underdog story. They came in super hot and then just kind of fizzled off. RG, thank you. I knew it started with an R. Thank you, Tylacto. Appreciate it. Yeah, Data Seeks and Reganon. Glad to see Data still playing. I know Reganon's still in here too. And Seeks is somewhere. I thought I saw him on my list. I don't know. I haven't seen Alex play. I know Gonthel's pretty solid. Talent on the team, but one of those teams that's similar to like Emotion, where they're all talented players, but I don't know how they're going to work as a team itself. Yeah, Data's always Team Solid. Yeah, super basic name. Rickstron Carey, we'll get there. Excel, Niels Cook, Pondex, a lot of talent. Another team that you should pay attention to. Very similar to Boone. Team stocked with talent. I'm glad Pondex found a team and he got 2 really solid players with him. That's a team that is going to be causing some upsets if you guys don't pay attention to them. I wouldn't say I would consider them upsets technically, but they are a team that definitely will need to be paid attention to. They're very strong. Really, really talented players. For inspiration, also team. If you guys don't know, a lot of KB player, one of the very few. I'm pretty sure that yeah, okay, Ryuk is subbing. Never mind. Ryuk's the only like big KB player I know other than like Mistake and stuff. over there. But Lottie's also a KB player. Lottie and Seb, I'm interested to see how that dynamic works. This could be the season that there's a lot of breakout teams. I think like EU more than NA even. Sorry, Neuro. I think EU has a lot of open spots. It's just going to come down to who plays on that day, because the top like 5, 6 are pretty solidified. Gontho is a sub? Who's starting then? Is it Repex? That would make sense, I guess, but... Appreciate the clarity, man. Turbo, don't worry. When you do, you can just play in the second qualifier. It's fine. You'll be alright. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see Chrome who takes it over the top, because when it really comes down to it, like, it's one weekend, and you just have to make sure you don't make as many mistakes as the other team, and then you can start to see the actual playstyles and the aggressive performance coming out. Yeah, me too, Chrome. I think Gale Force is probably gonna have the best time, and not to put any pressure on them, but I think Gale Force's playstyle really suits them for brackets like this. MCon. The only player I know is Terabyte. I don't know about the other two. I don't know about this team. Same with Rampage. I don't know any of their performances or any of their styles. Rix I know, and Z9 I've seen play like twice. Also, thank you for stopping by in chat. But I'm not sure on your guys' performance. Z9, you want to tell us about how you've been doing? What have you guys been doing? Hey, Irma. Irma, I can't even say his name, let alone tell you his performance, man. Good to know he's a Dutch god, though. That's cool. We haven't played together? Okay, so that's fair. You guys literally haven't played together yet. So I wish you luck. Make sure you play in those community tournaments when you get the chance. Sugar-coated sour. I know Bicycle Thief and Logic. Talent, but one of those teams again. They're just like Onslaught in NA. Talented players, but I don't have performance opportunities. Supersonic Avengers with 2 A's apparently. Supersonic Avengers is back. Paulie, if you guys don't know, was supposed to play with Mike. ELMP is back. Shikuni is all solid players. We might see Supersonic Avengers again. You could definitely expect to see this team though in Rival Series. Same thing with Survivors. You guys should know Zidrox. You guys should know Zenid. This team, I hate their name. I love the people. All British except for Flarky Rejects. Doomsy actually did find a team. Flarky, if you guys didn't remember Flarky, he had a pretty solid performance actually at DreamHack Sweden. They played on an all RLCS sub team. Will this go up on YouTube? I don't know, Aaron. It's pretty long, man. Yes, Mike is back. We'll talk about them in a bit. Yeah, talent on the team. You could expect to see them in a Rival Series. Juice Kids as well. Killer found a team with Stocky and Coca. Good team. Expect to see them contest for that Rival Series spot. Maybe some upsets here and there, but I don't expect them to contest against teams that have been solidified and playing together for a while. I don't know, man. It's up to Gibbs. It's a lot of just open-ended talk, so the VOD will be highlighted, I can tell you that. No matter what, if you guys want to watch this whole thing, I will clip from start to finish and I'll leave it as a highlight. Same title, so. Juicy Kids sub is Frag. Thank you for the info. Appreciate it. Blaz. Thick Icebergs, I know a lot of people will pay attention just simply because of the names. GMS, Mike Rules, and Flumox. If you guys don't know, GMS used to play for Penta way back until he popped off and went elsewhere. Subbed for a bit and then came back. He took a big break, and that's my worry about GMS, is he took a really big break. But he has been grinding quite a bit. Excel, their sub is Mysterio? I thought I had that. Grandmaster Sexy, you right. GMS. One of the only pros that plays with Leaf X. I disagree with the Mocket one. Mocket has had really off days to Lacto. Like, really off days. But they also show they can be, like, one of the best in EU, which makes no sense. Yeah, Sexay. Sexay. And then he changes it up, like, once a week. And he's always got a different picture. I don't know, man. Like, I haven't seen it. In big events, I haven't seen it. I give top 3 to Envious, Gale, and Flip. Leftovers are a question mark. I agree. I think Frontline's a big question mark. I think... where's that other team that said was a question mark? I don't know. Leftovers for sure, though. Leftovers is a big question mark for me. Team expect to see, though. RLRS. Same thing with Juicy Kids. A lot more talent, though, I think. I think this team has a better chance than British Rejects, but I think Doomsy and Flarky work better than Killer and Stocky. This team will be fun to watch, but I don't think they'll do anything special. You might see them in the rival series. And Specified, I don't know anything about, although I have seen RMVN around, and I haven't seen Performance, though. I'm a little bit weaker on the EU region for the depth, just because I don't play with them, so. Didn't GMS play with Jazer and Krazak? Yeah, but Krazak said he didn't want to play competitive. That's why he's subbing now for Thick. But yeah, Krazak's went to be a sub. You'd put F3 over Leftovers? I would, definitely. If you saw how like, understand that they just played last week in Rival Series, and the first best of 7 was somewhat close, and then the next two, Flipside won 8-0. They just have to not start so cold. Washing Machines, that's just a fun team. That's Seeks. That's where Seeks went. Bipod and Spoonie. Glad to see you guys playing. That'll be cool. Seeks is a good third. I like that. You could see these guys possibly in Rival Series. I don't think you'll see them in RLCS. Same thing with these guys, even though Dedu and Ghostfire are both... well, shit. Why are we even talking about this? We got the best team in Europe right here. These guys are going to win RLCS. Just because they got Woody. Best player in the world. No problem. Right? Telacto knows. This will just be a fun team to watch. I don't think they'll do anything special, but it'll be fun to watch. A lot of these bottom teams you'll probably see in the RLRS fighting spots. Like, these guys will be playing against each other, and one of them will make it in, one of them will knock each other, and one of the other will knock it out. But you can expect to see all these guys in those qualifying matches to make it in. For me, ones you can expect to see... Green are already in, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. God, he was tough, man. Fuck. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Dude, that 7, 8 spot is so up for grabs in EU right now. Holy fuck. I don't know, man. Gotta go frontline? Yeah. They're a big question mark for me, though, yeah. Frontline was the other question mark. I just don't know how they're going to do with Bluey. Like, to me, they need someone to ground them. They need, like a Pashy that'll at least be, like, the true captain, the leader of the group. Copenhagen's good, but I haven't seen, like, consistent performance. They've always been a bubble team. You could probably put them in, like, that 15, like, 12 to 15, 16 spot. So, I'd agree with you on that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's a lot of talent on this team. There's a lot of talent on this team. A lot of talent on this team. A lot of talent on this team. You have to, because Doomsy. Then again, Doomsy may break our hearts again like he always does. I want to see how these guys play. We haven't seen them play yet, according to both Rix and Z9. Yeah, Dogu's subbing. A lot of these teams are big question marks. Like, you're going to see, like, if you see, like, these two teams play against each other, one's going to get knocked out, one's going to make it in. And that's who your last couple teams are going to be in the rival series. Titans also may surprise a couple people. They did it at Sweden. I'm not completely... I actually like this team. Repex and Data... I haven't seen... I don't know Alex, though. But I do like that team. Oh, dude, Excel. Easily. Hello? I'm an idiot. And because these guys are fun. I would actually really like to see these guys play throughout rival series. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's 17. Shit. I think it'll be between these two. And I would probably give it over... I'd probably give it to these guys, but Doomsday usually ruins us. Survivors is also a team that could be in there. That's also a big maybe. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Incognito? Yeah. I'm with you on that one, man. Like, Incognito could be good, man. But I just don't see it in these. I just don't see it. I don't know. A lot of options. Then to kind of figure out, OCE is pretty quiet, guys. We haven't seen really too much. I haven't heard anything from... Stop saying things like these guys. I'm going to keep saying things like these guys because it's arbitrary, because I'm just speaking to speak. Like, I'm not talking any specific points about teams. It's just all these rosters that you've seen that I've gone through one by one are question marks. It's either one or the other. Do you know why Infuse broke up? Because it wasn't working. They put a bunch of time and effort into the same roster and it just didn't pay off. But for Oceania, not that you guys can see, the only big thing that you guys need to pay attention to if you don't is that Alpha Sydney, the team that did the best, they won a series against Denial, is now Billy Fan Club. They dropped their sponsor. And it's the same team. Jam Gaming is the exact same too. Except for Shady instead of... Or is it... No. Monte Connor Express and... Who's the third? Why am I blanking on that? Lucarish is a team you want to look at. Bango, thank you. Yeah, Shady instead of Bango. That was a change. God, you guys are legends. What's up, cool? But yeah. There hasn't been too much change. I recommend if you guys do want to pay attention to OC, don't be afraid to reach out to Yummy Cheeseman or watch the Throwdown series. Throwdown stuff starts soon too. Swift, he's pretty out of